Hello, I'm CJ Liu. Welcome to the Fire It Up with CJ show. And today we have Christina Pratt. Hello, Christina.
Hi, everybody.
She is a shamanic healer. And we were talking about a beautiful piece of work that she has created called Awakening the Courageous Heart. And now we're going to talk a little bit about how you created the work, how it's related to shamanism, and how we talked a little bit about the practical life skills that a lot of your classes emphasize. We're going to talk a little bit more about that.
Okay.
So let's start. How did you come up with this blob awakening, heart awakening work?
The really simple version is, first I started, when I came into shamanism, I started just doing one-on-one healing work with people. Mm-hmm. Then I saw people got more whole and healthy, but they didn't have skills to live that way. And it was very frustrating for people. So then I started life skills. And then that evolved into a 4-year training, which is not a training in shamanism, but it's a training in being fully human. And part of being fully human is really using your heart. And the training came through my helping spirit, which is what ties it back to shamanism. So all shamanic work is communicated from the spirit world to us, which are largely spirits of nature, compassionate spirits. Mm-hmm. So anyway, so here I am, an authentic, non-traditional shaman in the contemporary world, and I'm wondering, what are my helping spirits trying to tell me to do? Mm-hmm. And what I understand over all these years and all these beautiful people that came to the classes and learned it is that they were giving us, each year involved different levels of working with the heart. And so this awakening the courageous heart work is pulling the heart parts out of the 4-year training and trying to put them together in a way that anybody could come and take them because of the needs of our time. I mean, if we weren't living in a time that was so challenging, I would have just said, come to the 4 years, and if you won't come to the 4 years, forget it. But I have to respond to the time I live in, and the time I live in requires that we be more courageous.
And do you think that there's more right now for us to be courageous? I mean, do you feel like we're in a time where it's warranted even more?
I feel that it is, and I feel that for 2 reasons. One, I think that there's been a great growth in spiritual awareness and conscious awareness, but it tends to avoid the messiness of life. And if we don't also love the messiness of life, we're never going to be able to clean things up. And so I feel like this is a time where, yes, there's increasing great consciousness, and we must learn the skills to get into the parts of life that are really hard and hurtful and heal them. And if we're not healed in our heart, we can't do that. It's too hard. It hurts too much. And this is one of the things practitioners talk to me all the time about. I'm too much of an empath. I can't do this. I can't do that because I'm too empathic. It's like, no, that means your heart's not clear yet. And then they're so offended. What do you mean? I'm a practitioner. My heart's clear. It's like, well, it may be clear, but it may not be open or full or strong. I mean, that's the thing. It's always about all 4 of them. And so I feel that we need all of it. We need absolutely everything online to be able to do what we're being challenged to do right now, which is to love the world enough, love humanity enough to change.
So I'm hearing you're working a lot with healers and people who are healing, and in some ways their hearts have to be healed as well in order for them to fully engage with their clients. But do you have to be a healer? Can you go in just off the street and come on and heal my heart?
Well, basically, yes. And that's why I pulled it out of the 4 years, so that we could. It's kind of tiered. So if you don't want any skills, but you want your heart healed, you simply have to work with me long distance, because if you just don't want any skills, I can't do anything but help to fix you as a practitioner.
Right.
But if you're willing to learn to tune into yourself, either through meditation or shamanic journeying or some way to have inner listening, then we can start doing classes. And so then we can begin. So anyone could come take the class that we just described in the earlier segment about learning about the addictions and the medicines and that work. And then someone who really knows how to journey, shamanic journey, which a lot of people know how to do and they're not shamanic healers, it's just part of their skill set, is then we can go on and start to heal the chambers and get to the source of, why do I keep having to fix this over and over and over again? Well, because the chamber itself needs some work. And so that's the second level of the work.
So, but a lot of people that when I talk to them about doing stuff I can't do that. I can't do meditation, or I don't visualize anything. When people say tune in to say, I think I have a blank slate. Have you had people who come in the class that experience that, or even when they believe that, they walk out with something.
Well, I have had people do that in some of my classes, but with the heart classes, it's like, it's your heart. And the truth is, we do know our heart. We do know. We may not think we want to know. We may feel it's been broken too many times or whatever, but the truth is, the human heart is amazing. It's the only aspect of the human body that is the same in all realms. It's unbelievable, the power and the strength of the human heart. And that's what I really just get people excited about in the class. So even people who think they can't see, they don't visualize, they can't meditate, blah, blah. If you're just willing to be there and to be caught up in the energy and to be in the heart, people will feel, know, sense things. Because the heart is so desperate to get you to listen anyway.
I'll put up something, a whole video for you.
So I find with this particular work, people who have those experiences tend to overcome it because, in a sense, they already know the answers. They just never pose the questions and take the time to wait for the answer.
Yes. So I think it's just making the time for it. And you know what? Our time is up. Our little timer angel has told us the time has arrived for us to wrap it up. So tell us how folks can find out about your class.
So you can find out about these classes at lastmaskcenter.org. We are in Portland, but a lot of this work happens long distance, and I travel. So go to the calendar, and then you can see when and where things are happening, and many things you can either register through the calendar, or it sends you a link to the place that it's being held, and you can register there.
Excellent. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Wonderful piece of work. Thank you, and thank you, listening audience. We will see you in the next segment.